Sally Absher, I'm sorry, Sally Absher. Will you state your name and address, and you have up to 5 minutes. Thank you.
Sally Absher, 5517 River Point Cove, Knoxville. I am here tonight as a parent and a tax-paying citizen of Knox County. My youngest child graduates from college next spring, but I have many friends and neighbors whose children currently attend Knox County schools. I have been watching and listening with interest to the dialogue about the Knox County 2020 Strategic 5-Year Plan. I come before you today to ask why. Why is our school system going so over the top on tests, or assessments as they are now called, especially with elementary school students? Why is our superintendent promoting testing in excess of what is required by the federal government, the state, and even the more rigorous Common Core standards? And to what end? 6- and 7-year-old students who break down in tears at the thought of going to school, who have already learned in just a few short months of school this year that they are stupid or failures? This doesn't sound to me like it is fulfilling the mission of the school board, excellence for all children. I'm not, as Department of Education Secretary Arnie Duncan suggested recently, speaking as a white suburban mom who is upset to find out that my kids are not quite as brilliant or my school quite as good as I thought. Nor am I a proponent of every child gets a trophy. Children should be age-appropriately challenged and graded on their actual accomplishments rather than giving an A for just showing up. But the emphasis there is age-appropriate. Numerous reports document that not a single early childhood educator or development specialist was consulted by the executives who wrote the Common Core standards for grades K through 3, and that standardized testing is notoriously unreliable in children 8 and under. The standards require these children to do things that their brain is simply not developed enough to do. Children this age are naturally curious and excited to learn. They are also very me-oriented. They are not able to collaborate with their classmates to come to a consensus on any topic. These are children, for goodness sakes, not miniature adults sitting around an executive boardroom. There is plenty of time for that later in life. But I am concerned about the effect of excessive testing on elementary students in particular. My husband's family has a small farm. His father, a former teacher, said of the testing tsunami he observed prior to retiring several years ago, it's like a cattle farmer who weighs his steer so often that he forgets to feed him, and then he wonders why he isn't gaining any weight. Our teachers are spending so much time assessing the students that they have little time left to teach. They certainly don't have time to address the wide range of development and academic abilities that characterize an elementary school classroom. Why have the education experts, the teachers, been removed from the process? I hear that our teachers are frustrated and demoralized, and they are submitting resignations in record numbers. My own experience with Knox County teachers has been that they are intelligent, confident, caring individuals. They want every child to succeed. Teachers use their experience in the classroom to discern students' various learning styles. They are professionals whose institutional knowledge is being ignored. We cannot afford this. Teachers intuitively know far more about their students than any test will tell. Things about the child's personality, temperament, or even home situation. These are variables that teachers have no control over. Yet somehow they have been able to manage and teach effectively for decades without the help of instructional coaches, national testing consortiums, and bureaucrats from central office, Nashville, or Washington, D.C. telling them what and how to teach. As Ethan Young, a senior from Farragut High School, said in his speech to you last month, the task of teaching is never quantifiable. If everything I learned in high school is the measurable objective, I haven't learned anything. Why can a 17-year-old student from East Tennessee understand this simple truth while the people sitting in front of me with numerous degrees are content to keep telling the emperor that his clothing is lovely, refusing to admit or even recognize that the emperor is wearing no clothes? It is past time for the taxpayers and parents of Knox County to speak up. We want the excessive testing of elementary school students to stop. We want a fair evaluation method for teachers that is not based 50% on test scores of elementary students. And we want respect for teachers' professional judgment and to allow them to teach without micromanaging them. That is how you achieve excellence for all children. Thank you.
Pamela, sit. You state your name and address for the record, and you have up to 5 minutes.